All right, welcome back to episode 3 of the Plan B podcast with myself and my co-host, Cock Monster. Hi, Cock Monster.
AKA, yes, sir, daddy, sir.
Oh, come on. Everybody knows that. You're like famous.
Oh, God, no.
Like, listen, people tell me that all the time, so I have to tell it to you. But I don't believe
I know.
it. I don't believe
People
it.
say that to me. I'm like, I literally am no one. I'm not special.
My bank account is not saying famous. That's all I have to say about that. Like,
Mine doesn't either.
right? So, until we get to that point, I'm just a regular guy. So, let's touch on a couple of topics tonight before we get into some questions. And let's see if we can keep the streak going, so to speak. We had somebody write something in, and I want you to go ahead and read it, and we can take it from there.
Okay. So it says, I've never reached out to you before, so I'm probably going to bore you fuckless. But I'm currently sat listening to your podcast, which got me inspired. I've recently become involved with a new guy who seems to be exactly what every girl would want from a dominant type. He's brought out the sub in me that I never knew there was. I've never been with a guy like this before, never been handled the way he handles me before. I want to please him. What can I do to keep my man happy? I need to know how to be a good little submissive bitch for my daddy. Maybe one for your next podcast. Advice and tips from yes sir, daddy sir would be fantastic. Sorry, I'm not the best reader.
No, me neither. Don't worry. From now on, I'm going to make people address you as Cock Monster. But okay, Cock Monster, go for it.
Okay. Okay, I feel like there's so much. Hold on, let me just grasp this. Okay, so the main question is, what can I do to keep my man happy as far as like being submissive? And I think it really like depends on your dom. I think bottom line is you want to do what he says and make him happy. So if he's, giving demands or saying anything really, if you're comfortable with it, obviously, then going along with it and listening to him is going to please him in itself. I think that's the main idea.
Yeah, I think you said that pretty well. Doing what he wants you to do within reason, as long as you're comfortable with it. Yes, I think that's a big one. I really don't think that I can add to that. Like I know what I want, and my girls give me what I want. So, but I mean, what I want is, like you said, it's different from what anybody else wants. So I don't know that I can really add too much to that. I think you said it pretty well. Just do what the fuck you're told. That's what it really comes down to. Unless, he like wants to hit you in the head with a hammer, then probably don't do what he wants you to do.
Yeah.
Unless you're into that kind of thing. But
Unless you're into dying.
That's just weird. Like, why would you be into that? All right, so here's another one that's on the same dom sub subject. I feel like there was a lot of dom sub questions this week.
A lot of questions about that.
Yeah. So the question is, or not question, but the topic is, can someone be dominant and submissive? Which is usually called a switch. I'm sure, yeah, they definitely can be. That's not something I would personally ever indulge in. I don't know. Would you ever take that dom role?
No, not my thing. I am not dominant whatsoever. I can't make any sort of decision at all. I don't know what I want except for to do what you want.
And, a lot of my subs will say the same exact thing. I, just want to please you. All right, well, and that's cool. I'll make sure you're pleased as well. But God, they're going to kill me for this. But I'm not mentioning names, so it doesn't matter. I was having a conversation with, while I was visiting my best friends last year. and they're married. Um, but I consider both of them to be my best friends at this point. And we were in his bedroom, and he pulled this box out. It was a box of her toys or their toys or whatever. And I had put it on Snapchat, which she used to follow me on. And she cussed me out for it. She cussed us both out for it, whatever. But later that day, we were talking, and they were talking about switching. Like, actually, my boy was like, "You ever switch and, let her be in control?" I'm like, "Fuck no." That ain't my thing. I'm not, like, I just have no interest in it whatsoever. But they do it. Like, they will switch. And to be honest with you, I had no idea that they were remotely into this kind of thing at all up until last year. And I've known them both 20 plus years. So, so it was a little weird to me, but people always message me talking about switching and, being switch or whatever. It just does nothing for me. But yes, I think people can definitely do it.
Yeah, have actually one of my followers that I've kind of got close with is from Australia, and he is bisexual, which I guess I've never been to Australia, but I guess there's a really large gay community out there in Sydney. And he said that's very, very common to have switching, and for homosexuals, it's really common.
I would, yeah,
I guess in that area.
I would think that in the gay community it would be more of a thing, more of a, switching thing. But majority of the people that hit me up about it are straight. It'll be either chicks or dudes. Dudes talking about don't knock it till you try it. And I'm a fan of like trying most things once, but there's nothing that appeals to me personally about it. Like whatsoever.
No.
I can't.
Like I don't want to like whip like a guy and like call him like a little bitch or something. Is that what they do? Like I don't know.
Then,
I don't want to do that. Like I don't want to have sex with a little bitch.
And then they peg them with their fake boners.
Oh no, they're boners in quotes. I don't want to do that.
I've gotten more comments this last couple of days about the boner thing, and I've decided I'm making it a part of my vocabulary because it's just
Boner?
such an amazing word. Yes. Somebody
Oh
actually
my
said,
God.
yes, boners should absolutely be in quotes. Well, of course, because it's so ridiculous, but I'm going to use it anyway. So, yeah, I guess that pretty much covers that. I really don't have too much more to add personally. It's just, it does exist, and there's definitely people that are into that. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, not for me.
Another one that I went to touch on is spitting. Somebody wanted to know the do's and don'ts, and if either one of us have any preference as far as spitting goes. How about
Okay, spitting as in like spitting like saliva or like spitting out cum.
saliva?
Oh, okay. We'll always swallow. Don't
Well,
spit.
yeah,
Just so we'll put that out there.
obviously. What are your thoughts and feelings on it?
I have no problem with spitting. I think obviously like if you're giving a blowjob, spitting is great.
Fuck yeah.
So I think for a girl, like a submissive girl, that's really the only time you're gonna spit. And I think for doms, it's more common for them to do like more spitting, like spitting all over you or in your mouth or whatever, and that's fine.
I was gonna say, do you have preferences? Like, is it a turn on for you? Obviously, it sounds like you let them do it, but is it a turn on?
Um, I wouldn't say the spitting itself is a turn on. What's a turn on for me is that like he wants to do that and it makes him happy. Like that's the turn on.
And that's a turn on. It really
What about
is.
you?
Um,
Do you
I
want to be spit on?
no, I don't want to be spit on, but if I'm choking you out with my dick, I want as much saliva coming out of your mouth all over your fucking body as possible. I'm actually, I actually try to make chicks throw up from choking them with my dick. I do. Hopefully they
Yeah.
haven't had lunch or dinner that day. But I spit in women's mouths. I spit in their face. There's nothing like hotter for me if I'm fucking your face and I pull my dick out, you know, grab you by the back of your hair, pull my dick out, make you look at me and spit in your fucking face, and then continue fucking your face. So I'm a big fan of spit. I've always been a big fan of spit, even before I was like into this lifestyle, to be quite honest. And I think it's degrading. I think it's hot, and I think you should spit in bitches' faces in the bedroom. In the bedroom.
In the bedroom. What's crazy is basically everything that we do in the bedroom is like nothing you want to do outside the bedroom.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not. Um, Probably get arrested for a lot of it. So use discretion. All right, so I want to read something that came from a follower, and I'm really bad at reading too, so this is probably going to be funny. Podcast is on point. I have a question for Friday. What is your experience, if any, with black women? I'm a black woman, and a lot of people are on your snap, and a lot of people on your snaps are blasphemous. I'm not really sure what she's referring to there, but specifically, were they grossed out, appalled, shocked, or just drooling at the mouth and pussy? I've done some slutty, nasty, hush hush shit, but the spitting in mouths, which I think is pretty tame personally, and frozen cum is hilarious, but I can't. So, like, if you have had a black woman, what was her reaction to the fetishes and how was the sex? Did she submit fully? Because you ain't gonna force shit on anyone. And from the podcast, you're actually a fucking gentleman. Got them all full. So I'm hella curious because, like the rest of these bitches, I want to see what it looks like, what it feels like in various places. But I'm asking for a friend. Of course you are. Make sure your friend subscribes. And here's the answer: their self. Um, I have been with plenty of black women, and I think it was last week on here that I was talking about um, a girl I was fucking in the ass and pulled my dick out, turned around, and smacked the shit out of her, and whatever. It was either last week or the week before, but I think it was last week. And she was a black chick. She always fully submitted to me, even though I wasn't like technically in that lifestyle at that point. But she was a cold-blooded fucking freak, down for whatever. And to this day, one of the best fucks in my life. She definitely stands out and is up there, which is saying something because I can't remember most of the people I sleep with. So, um, there's certain things that I'm into that the majority of the people I sleep with are not into, which is fine and probably normal. So I don't think race plays a part in that. So I hope I answered your question. I doubt there's anything you have to add to that.
No, I've never been with a black woman, if anyone cares. Black men's a different story.
Little freak. That's why they call her cock monster. There it is. All right, let's get into some questions. And yeah, I will go first. Do you ever worry that girls you fuck will get so obsessed with you that they will try to get pregnant and not get rid of it? I don't. I don't focus my energy into thinking about things like that, because that's what makes that type of shit happen. I have a stalker, and
A stalker or stalker?
I have a couple, but I have one very serious one. She's the reason behind, all of my Instagram deletions. And that, that affected me more than the thought of a girl getting pregnant. Like, I've been around the block, I've had women get pregnant and think they're going to keep it. And, like I said, I've been around the block. I sit them down, I have a conversation with them, and make them understand why it probably isn't a good idea to do so. And it's worked for me. So, yeah, no, I really don't put energy into shit like that. That's negative shit. I'm focused on much more positive shit in my life.
I mean, I don't have to worry about someone getting pregnant.
Can you fathom ever doing that to a guy?
No. I don't think that having a child is the way to fix anything ever in your life.
Not the way to fix it or hurt somebody or anything. It's just
nothing.
It's ignorant.
It's only going to make whatever situation you're in worse. No matter what it is, it's just going to be worse. It's not going to make anything better. So don't do it.
Yes. Absolutely.
Get the belly punching machine that I was talking about last week.
Put it at the top of the fucking stairs and handle business. Yeah.
Okay. What's the quickest way to make a guy come? I think it depends on the guy. Every guy likes things differently. So I don't really know the best way to answer this because every guy's different. If you know the guy that you're sleeping with, just do what you know he likes. If you don't know what he likes, just go with what he reacts to, the way his body moves, any sounds he makes. Or you can always just ask him, like, what do you really like, or anything like that.
All right.
It's hard to say for me.
I'm going to throw you a curveball because
okay.
What I didn't put into that was she had added to that. This is really important when it comes to sympathy blowjobs. So let's just say, here's the situation. You're on a first date, whatever. Everything's going great. You're back at one of your places. And you think, oh, I'm going to fuck this dude. And then he pulls his dick out. And it's just, oh, I can't fuck this dude. But you feel bad, and there comes the sympathy blowjob. Mm-hmm. What, in your head, obviously you want to get him off fast as possible. Your go-to, I'm assuming, would be a blowjob.
I mean, I guess me personally, and like if we're talking real, I wouldn't do anything. I would just leave.
Okay,
but
fair enough.
I mean, yeah, I guess a blowjob would be a blowjob is gonna make him come probably faster than like a hand job. Yeah.
Okay, well we're not 12,
so that's not
on the table.
I don't know.
I will block you if I find out you're giving hand jobs. I swear to God. This podcast will come to a fucking end real fast.
I don't know.
I think for me, you would have to suck my dick. That would be the quickest way to make me come. I love getting my dick sucked. And if you know what you're doing and you do the right shit, I think one thing that I tell chicks to do, like dick hole trick aside, is cup the balls. But when you're cupping the balls, use the palm of your hand to push on the taint. The taint is the skin between the balls and the asshole. But it's also where your prostate is. And you apply a little bit of pressure to that. It stimulates the prostate. And don't do it too hard because that shit will hurt. But if you do that shit right and suck my dick right, forget about it. Like, quick. Real quick. So, maybe try that next time.
I mean, you could try that, but some guys...
I'm not trying that.
Guys might not like it.
I ain't trying
some guys don't like that, though. That's the thing. You have to, I feel like you have to know the guy. If not, just do something. I don't know. A good one is if you call him daddy. Normally, like
Oh, okay.
that's it. Like,
Yeah.
it's over.
You could jerk me off and call me daddy. I'm so bust
A
everywhere.
hand job and call you daddy.
Yeah.
He's good.
I'll never talk to you again, but we'll be all right. All right. As someone that wants to up their dom game by using toys, what are some good ones to start with? What do you think?
Oh, I'm not a dom.
But you know what
I
toys
would go with,
you like used on you.
yeah, I mean, I'm not like butt plugs and anal beads and like those kind of things. I'm not like a big fan of. Um, I like more of stuff that's like a vibrator, like something that like does something, you know what I mean? So I would say like something like that, a vibrator or like a dildo or something like that. I think it's probably the best.
I the first two that come to mind for me, if you're just like starting out with all this shit, a magic wand. That's the one that plugs in. It's the OG fucking vibrator.
It looks like a microphone.
Yes, and you can literally pretty much get off anybody with that motherfucker. I think it's a beast. I would suggest that, and I would suggest the strap downs for under the bed. I think that's a really good start in the right direction. Obviously, dildos, butt plugs. There's so many. My sex toy bag it weighs over 50 fucking pounds, like legit over 50 pounds. So, just toys, toys, toys. Anything you can think of, zip ties, I think is another good one. And there's things that, like get a metal folding chair, something you would never think of, but it actually plays a good part in it all. A paddle. I could go on and on. But we're not here to sell sex toys, so.
I mean, we could be for the right price. Again.
Yeah, they haven't paid us yet. We will get there. We will get there, but they haven't paid us yet, so we're just going to say fuck it and move on.
All right. When are you going to address the topic of sneezing being a very familiar sensation to an orgasm? Fuck consent. Some of us are interested in the important stuff. Well, allergy season is upon us. At least in California. I don't know.
When I read this, I don't know that sneezing is a very familiar sensation to an orgasm, but it made me immediately think.
I just had like a visual. I'm sorry.
Oh, do tell.
Of you like sneezing and like
jerking off and jerking off at the same time.
Oh God.
What came to mind when I read this, and it's something you and I have in common, is I don't know about sneezing, but like when I have a fucking Q-tip, yes, Q-tips. When I got a fucking Q-tip in my ear, I'm like, man, I honestly, I think I'm gonna have to try to jerk off with a Q-tip while I'm doing a Q-tip at the same time. I'm just gonna have to experience that once in my life. I think you should try to get off while you Q-tip your ears.
Oh my God. I don't know. You should just like you jerk yourself off and then have a girl clean your ears at the same time, both ears at the same time. So you got the trifecta going on.
Shit. Fuck yeah. I'm doing that this weekend. Yep.
Okay.
And since she's doing it, I can still videotape it. So yeah, it's a fucking win-win.
Oh my God, you look so stupid.
I'm not going to videotape myself, actually. I mean, yeah.
What are you going to videotape? Like her, like putting the Q-tip in your ear?
This is my dick as it comes. Like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, well, I can't videotape her because she's going to be fucking jerking Q-tips in my fucking ear. Oh, boy. Yeah.
That is a great feeling, though. I could clean my ears like literally all day long.
I do. It's fucking amazing. It is. I don't know why I haven't thought to do the two at the same time ever before. So that was a really good question, and I thank whoever sent that in. Thank you, because I'm gonna try it just for the fuck of it. Do you have women friends that you find attractive? If yes, is it because they won't sleep with you, or will you not cross that line? I have many female friends. Some of my absolute best friends are women. I think all of my friends are attractive in their own way. Um, that doesn't mean I find them attractive, though. And I don't. And I've learned in life that it's so much more rare to come across a true friend than a piece of pussy. So I hold my friends very dear to me. So I don't see the reason to fuck that up. And I have crossed that line in the past, and it fucked up. It was a fucked up situation, and I would not do it again. What about you with guy friends?
Um, ooh. Basically, all of my guy friends I've had sex with, so I don't know if I'm the best person to answer this.
I could see that cock monster. I could see that.
I don't have, but I also don't have a lot of like close guy friends. Like I have acquaintances or like friends, but not like close friends that like know me very well and know like my family and things like that. So I guess I would say I don't really have that. So
Well, the ones that you, let's just say, friend acquaintance types, not real friends. What did it do to the friendship? Did it fuck it up?
no, actually we're still friends. I mean, not super close, but we check in with each other every so often, how are you doing? Or if we can grab some food or just kind of catch up here and there, we still do. And I was actually talking to a friend of mine like last week that I find it's kind of weird. I don't know if anyone else think it has this situation, but I'm friends with like everybody I've slept with except for one person. Like I still talk to them all on a regular basis,
Wow,
which might be weird for some people, but I'm just like
you must be busy.
I just try to keep in touch with people.
Do you still fuck
You
any of them?
never know when you need them.
That's true.
Um, I haven't in a while, but I might.
I feel like if you keep the friendship open and it keeps the possibilities open, I'm definitely still friends with some chicks that I had slept with in the past, but I wouldn't consider them true friends. Kind
Yeah.
of became friends because we fucked type of thing.
Yeah.
There's some that I would still fuck, and there's some that I would definitely not ever fuck again.
Yeah. There's some of those. Okay. Since you two have this no feelings attitude, how many times have you caught feelings for someone you're sleeping with and how did you handle it? I've only caught feelings with one person that I was sleeping with, and I handled it like an adult. I did not tell him.
I think that's the best way. Keep your fucking mouth shut. Keep your emotions in check. It's easier to cut someone off that's showing that they have feelings than to fucking cut them off for no reason. I don't know, but like keep your mouth shut. That's how I would handle it, or just get them out of your life. I mean, I guess it really depends on what you want, what you're looking for, but it's not anything I'm looking for personally. So, so just shut the fuck up and keep it moving. Can a girl recover from a bad first sexual encounter? What can she do to redeem herself to get a second chance? I guess it depends on how bad the fucking encounter was and how attracted I am to the person. I would say, what can you do to redeem yourself? First of all, I would just be upfront with the person and be like, look, I didn't bring my A game last time. My bad. Give me another chance, I'll knock it out the park. I think that's your best bet. And then from there, like, just bring your fucking A game. Has this ever happened to you?
Um, yeah. And I gave them a second chance just to see. And it was still a no. It was a no for me.
I feel like it's different. Like, I feel like it's different because you give a man a second chance that fucked up. I mean, I don't know. A woman that fucks up, it's hard to imagine. The only thing that comes to mind when I think of women being bad in bed is just laying there with her arms and legs spread, starfishing, doing nothing. That's what I consider bad in bed. So, if it was that, I mean, if I'm really attracted to her, yeah, I'll fuck her again. But if it's an ongoing thing and that, continues, I just can't keep sleeping with you. It's not fun for me. So,
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's me. Okay. Your fuckboy stated that if a guy is over a certain age and a virgin, to just get a hooker and get it over with. But I'm a girl in the same boat of being ugly and lacking confidence. What can I do? Oh.
I think women have it so much fucking easier.
I think you can easily find someone. I don't think there's any shortage of horny men ever.
Especially drunk, horny men. Like,
Yeah.
when I say women have it so much easier, if a dude is ugly, he can't go to the fucking department store and say, hey, give me a fucking makeover. Tell me what my colors are, or whatever the fuck you guys do in the goddamn makeup department. Because I have seen some horrendous fucking bitches. You see a picture of them with no makeup, and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, what is that? But then
That's
you
me,
see
is what it is.
oh, bitch, shut up. Then you see a bitch, the same bitch that has her makeup done. And I actually memed one of these before and after pictures a couple of years ago. And I mean, this bitch looked like she had fucking leprosy. She was a fucking mess. But when she put that makeup on, you're like, oh, I would fuck the shit out of that bitch. So you guys have a leg up. You can get your fucking makeup done and you can fake a motherfucker out. If you don't know how to do your makeup, there's fucking women out there that will teach you how to do that shit. Fucking YouTube will teach you. I done seen it. So again, you fake the confidence until it becomes real. But get yourself dolled the fuck up with makeup. Go to a bar, find a drunk motherfucker, throw yourself on him, get some dick. Just make sure you do it at his place and you leave before he wakes up so he doesn't have to see. You get it.
Oh my God.
I know, I'm fucking horrible.
Oh my God. I have nothing more to say on this.
I'm so horrible. Has one of your doms ever asked you to send him pics of you sucking another guy's dick? And before you answer this, even though I'm not your dom, send me some videos of you sucking some guy's dick, okay? Has this ever happened to you?
No, it's never happened to me personally. I've heard of it. Like it's very common. Even a lot of like my followers will ask me, even like if they're married, like, oh, I want to watch my wife get fucked by someone else, like right in front of me or whatever. Some people are into that.
They want to see
and
another.
That's fine.
They want to see another boner in their wife.
I personally, with a wife, like if you're married, I think it's kind of weird. I mean, if you're just like fucking around, like that's fine, but I don't know. No, it's never happened to me. If that's my dom and that's what he wanted, I would do it. As long as I felt comfortable, you know. And it depends on your dom. Some doms, only want you to be theirs,
Yeah,
and they don't want you with someone else. So it
definitely.
really just, I think it really just depends. But if that's what he's wanting and you're okay with it, I would say do it.
I it's not something that I ask normally, but I have. I definitely have. Um, I don't have time to really give like 100% attention to several women. So there's some that you know are kind of in a different category or whatever, and others that I know are like out fucking everything under the sun, which is fine. Um, and I have definitely asked to see that for sure. But like I said, I don't make it a normal thing.
Okay, the girl I'm talking to thinks giving head is disgusting. What can I do to change her mind?
Send her a video of her best friend sucking the fuck out of your dick.
Oh my God. What was that little dance you just did?
That's my up yours bitch dance.
Oh my God. Um, I I would never talk to her again. Like you don't need that kind of negativity in your life.
I wouldn't sleep with somebody regularly that didn't suck dick. I really wouldn't. But I think the chances of you changing her mind are slim to fucking none. Um, I'm assuming you're both adults, so I think that you know if you're an adult and you're not into giving oral sex at that point in your life, you're probably not gonna change that person's mind. Like I wouldn't eat beets as a kid, and I'm damn sure not gonna do it now. So it's just there's nothing you could really tell me to make me do that. So I would say just move the fuck on, especially if it's something that really matters to you. It's definitely something that matters to me.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of well, if you're in a relationship, it's a big part of the relationship or just sex in general.
Fuck yeah, especially if you're in a fucking relationship. Fuck
Yeah.
yes. Um, does catching feelings for your dom or sub affect the dom sub agreement? Yeah, I think it ruins it personally.
I think it can. It depends on what your agreement is. I mean, I don't know. I think I overthink every question. And I'm like, oh, it depends on this, this, and this. But that's just a woman. I think that's why I'm here.
Fucking women.
um, I mean, because some doms, like, they want you to, like, almost like worship them and like love them and care about them and they're just like the best thing, like God's gift. So if you catch feelings, they actually want that and I think they like that. But then some on the other hand don't.
I I feel like it takes an element out of it. Like if the two of you start to catch feelings and then it kind of morphs from that dom sub relationship into now really a dating relationship, I think it changes the dynamic and it puts something into play that fucks up that original just animalistic sex. I,
That makes sense. I agree with that. Okay, if you meet a really nice guy with an average or small dick, what do you do?
tell him, hey, you're a really
Uh,
nice guy. Bye bye.
I don't like really nice guys in general. I don't care the size of your dick.
That's a valid fucking point because I'm a goddamn asshole, and that's why I get away with what I get away with.
Like, really nice guys are just so boring. Like, they have no backbone, and like, why? Why am I even here? I don't know. Um, I just can't. If you're nice and you have an average and or small dick, like, it's just all around a no. All of it. You got a bad personality and a small dick? I can't.
Nice guys with small dicks are in their mom's basement jerking off with Q-tips in their ear right now.
Oh my God.
Write us and let us know how that felt, buddy.
You
If
have to follow up next week and tell us how it goes this weekend when you do it.
I will. I will do that. Fuck,
I'm really excited.
I'm gonna have to make a mental note to actually get this done. I have no problem. I'm about it. I'm cool with doing it. If she doesn't like to be eaten out, what can I do to replace that part of foreplay? Toys, fingers. She probably doesn't want her ass eaten either, huh? Which is weird.
I would guess probably not.
Right.
She's broken.
I like his strategy though. At least he's trying to replace it, and he's not just saying fuck her.
He loves her.
Oh, gross. The fuck is wrong with you? I would just say toys, like really toys and fingering. Know what you're doing with your fingers, and it does just as good, if not better, than your tongue anyway. So that would be my suggestion.
Yeah, I think fingers kind of can be like overlooked. I think a lot of times fingers can. I think it's easy. I mean, if you're not very good with working your tongue, you can most likely do your fingers. Fingers are easier to maneuver, and it can do, like you said, exactly the same or better. And I think it's great. I think fingers and hand things are forgotten about sometimes, and they can be really nice.
Definitely. And like from my own experience, fingering a girl the right way is the easiest way to make her squirt. So I don't think I've ever eaten a girl's pussy and had her squirt, not come, squirt from me eating her pussy. So yeah, definitely take advantage of your fingers and don't be afraid of toys.
Have you ever been in a serious relationship? I feel like we need like dun dun dun, like music or something.
Why?
Because it's like, it's serious. It's like, and it's like scary. We need to leave them on edge, like to be continued.
I don't know why people think that I've never been in a serious relationship. They ask me all the time. Of course I have. How do you know I don't fucking like them? Like, yes, absolutely I have. And I fucking hate them. They suck. So there you have it. Like, they do. They suck the fucking life out of you. Have you? Obviously. You must have.
I have. I have. I think most people by the time they're an adult have been, and there's nothing wrong with it. I think, what the fuck? Sorry, my cat just like popped out of nowhere. Oh my god. I forgot what I was saying.
Your cat's tail looked like a dildo swinging in the background.
Did you see it?
Yeah. It did.
Oh my god. I don't even remember what I was saying.
A serious relationship, yes. By the time you're an adult, most people, I think, have at least been in one.
Yeah, I agree. And I think as much as you might hate it, which, some people do, whatever, you always learn from them. Like you learn so much about yourself and about people and about relationships and just about life in general. So take it as like a learning
if you're smart.
Experience.
If you're smart, yes. If you're smart, you will learn from what you just put yourself through like a fucking idiot. And I can tell you what I've learned every time, and there hasn't been a lot of times, but every time I've learned that relationships suck. Don't do that shit anymore. So, that's what I learned. How do you get over good sex attached to a bad person? Well, I can't answer that. Otherwise, half of my bitches would stop fucking me. So, sorry, I can't help you there.
Oh my god. You did the dance again? How do you get over them? I think you just have to cut them off, just plain and simple. Like, just don't see them, don't talk to them, block them,
you bitches
move away, change your name.
You bitches cannot. And here's the truth about that question. This is the fucking truth. One of two things happen. we keep fucking you for so long and treat you like such shit that after years, you finally get fed up and you'll cut them off for an extended period of time. But the truth about it is, you don't get to walk away until we're done with you. That's a fucking fact. That is something I have seen in my own life over and over again. I got girls that fucking hate me to this day, and if I call them up, they will be right over. So that's the truth about that. You either cut it off and handle your own shit, but good dick will fuck you up. Good dick, good, girls always want to say it's the pussy that fucks you up. Nah, it has nothing to do with it. Pussy is pussy. Good dick will ruin your life.
I mean, it definitely can, but you have to stay strong, and I'm gonna empower you because you can do it, and you deserve better.
It's not gonna help.
Oh my God, you're so negative.
I'm
Go do
a
your
realist.
dance in the corner.
I'm a realist. I'm keeping it real. Dude, we talk about this shit all the time on my Snapchat, and women will overwhelmingly agree that, yeah, pussy ain't shit. Good dick, that'll ruin your life.
Well, yes, I think it's so hard to come by is what it comes down to. There's not a lot of good dick out there. So when you find it, you don't want to let it go, and you'll put up with anything that they put you through to get it.
Yeah, you will. We'll do my little dance again.
Okay, describe how your sex life has changed since you started your meme page. Um, your face.
It's a stupid fucking question.
Mine has not changed at all.
Why would
because
it?
I think people think that I have sex with my followers, and I don't. So it hasn't changed anything at all.
I do have sex with my followers, but I was having sex with Instagram followers long before I ever started my first meme page. So why would my sex life change just because I started a fucking meme page? Honestly.
Because you get groupies, right? I mean, if you tell a girl, like, oh, I have this meme page, is she just like, oh, well, I want to fuck you?
I don't tell people that. I don't.
Oh. Okay. Never
This
mind. I mean, I don't tell people either. I just thought that you did.
I think this is weird. I do fuck my followers, but they already know I have a meme page or whatever the fuck I have. They're messaging me because of that.
Mhm.
But my sex life has not changed. I've always had a lot of sex. I guess I get to be a little pickier now. But I don't think that technically has changed my sex life. So, how do you manage or control all of the women who call you daddy? It's clear you've set expectations for them. Do these expectations only pertain to specific women you fuck that you intend to keep around for an extended period of time? First of all of my female followers call me daddy. So that's worldwide. And I can't possibly tend to all of them. But more specifically, the ones that I sleep with. It's not that I have certain expectations for ones that I think I'm going to keep around longer. If I enjoy fucking somebody, I'm going to keep them around as long as I can. There's just different dynamics with different chicks, and there's some chicks they can't have a lot of my attention. I don't have the time. I'm very fucking busy. I just don't have the time to give it to them. So, there's really not rules set in place. Don't show up with any bruises from somebody else is like my only rule. Other than that, I just don't have time for it. No.
Can I ask you why that's one of your rules?
I think it's disrespectful. And I actually, I had a girl here this past weekend, and she showed up with bruises on her ass. Just little tiny ones that hadn't gone away yet, but they were there. and she left with much bigger bruises covering her whole fucking ass because of it. So, does that answer your question, cock monster?
I mean, maybe she did it on purpose. Maybe that's what she wanted. Because I'm not going to lie, I do that sometimes. I will break the rules.
Because they were so small, I think that she thought they would be gone before she came. I know chicks love to bend the rules and push limits because they want what's coming. But I don't think she did it on purpose. And I don't think she'll ever do it again. Because when I tell you I aimed for those bruises every single fucking time and did not miss, you better fucking believe it.
Okay, I'm getting back into the game and repeatedly have one question go through my mind. Should I completely cut off a girl that's looking for a relationship or still fuck her? I'm completely upfront with her about what I'm here for, and then I talk to other women. I think you should cut her off immediately because it's not going to go well. You guys want different things, bottom line.
I say fuck her. I say fuck her, and I'll tell you why. He's being upfront with her. He's being honest with her. I have girls like this, and I'm still, some of them I'm still fucking, but they know what the fucking deal is. And if you choose to hurt your own fucking feelings after I've been upfront and honest with you, that's on you. And if you're gonna give me the pussy in the meantime, that's on you. So I say
That's fair.
I say keep fucking her until she loses her mind, and you have to move.
That's fair. What you're saying, I completely agree with. But like the whole moving part makes sense because that's how you're going to get a stalker.
Yeah.
As you know.
I'm not really good at that part. I tend to do this to myself quite a bit. You'd think I would learn. I don't. Any thoughts or tips on fisting? You have never really covered the subject. I'm not into it. I don't know anything about it, to be honest. Like, I know what it is, obviously, but I'm not really into that. Doesn't do anything for me. I don't even think I've ever tried that. I've definitely gotten, like, probably all my fingers in a bitch, but the thought of putting my fist up a chick's pussy or asshole, it's not a turn on for me. Have you ever been fisted?
I have not, but it's something that I would definitely be open to trying it for sure.
Oh yeah. I see the smile.
Not in my asshole. Not in my asshole.
Damn it.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Damn
that
it.
just seems really scary.
Because I was like,
you guys have such big fists, like man fists. Oh my god! Look at that thing. It's so big.
You don't want this in your asshole?
No, I don't. That's so scary.
Come on. Yeah, I mean, well, obviously, I'm guessing you want to try that in your pussy. So.
I mean, I think it's more like possible, just because, like, I mean, women are meant to have babies, and a fist is like what, half of a newborn baby? I don't know.
You ever been footed?
You'll be okay.
You ever been footed?
No. Oh my god. No. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I have a weird thing about feet. I'm freaking out. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
That's awesome. So we're definitely going to talk about foot fetishes next week.
Oh my god. Please don't. Please.
No. We're definitely, yes, absolutely. Absolutely we are.
Oh my god, I'm not going to show up.
Let's take this last question and then wrap this up.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was blowing my boyfriend in the shower with nothing touching my pussy, and I came. Is this normal? Do other women experience this? I can get off just from sucking a guy's dick, not necessarily in the shower. It's never happened to me in the shower, but it happens to me all the time. I usually get off from sucking a dick. Like, that's the first thing, like, that gets me going.
That's hot. That's hot. I can tell you from stories I've read from many, many, many female followers that, yeah, they can definitely get off from just sucking dick. I don't know how that works. I mean, obviously it's all mental, um, but it's hot nonetheless. Also, it's not abnormal. So, we definitely want to keep you guys, again, as interactive as possible. We want you to send in your stories. You can email them to us at planbpodcast69@gmail.com, or just message us on social media, and we'll do our best to check all the messages. I guess that's going to do it for this week. Want to say goodbye, Cock
Yeah.
Monster?
Yes.
Talk about
Sweet
boners?
dream. Oh, no, no, no. No boners. Wet dreams. Have you had a wet dream yet since we talked about it? Or you're still losing too much sleep thinking about it?
I, it's never going to happen for me.
Mm, okay. I think if you drink apple juice before you go to bed, it's supposed to like help. But that could be a rumor. Do you like apple juice?
I do not.
Oh. Who are you? Who doesn't like apple juice?
Does apple flavored vodka count?
For you, it does.
Oh, then I'll try that.
Okay, let us know. Okay. Sweet dreams, nighty night. Dream of that pussy being tight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next week, remember, always be a good girl for daddy. Goodbye.